some calf raise cues. When raising up on our toes for calf raises, I'm seeing a lot of this position. Our head is trying to look at us go through the function, but a better position, more effective, is keeping the spine in line with the hips and ankles at an angle versus in this L-like position to raise up. So being in this position, we are now driving through the ball of our foot to raise our heels as a calf raise in the same position that we would if we were to take a running or even just a walking step, because that is the angle that we extend through the ground to displace our body or move our body and gain velocity. So with our position, find that angle that you fall into the wall instead of our hands up here, which would make us have a dip back. Bring that in line with our chest and then our spine in line with our hips and feet. And that way when we press through the ball of our foot and get that calf raise, we're stabilizing our postural strength through our hips as we would need to in running and walking. And if you're doing single leg, same principle applies. We're just emphasizing one leg with more body weight. And it might assist either bending the knee or extending the leg of the free leg, which if it's behind me, it's also allowing me to practice pushing through and extending that leg versus it hanging in front of me. So if you're doing single leg, that's why that foot behind you is more effective, and implementing a multifaceted development as I'm contracting the posterior chain of that leg as well. Finally, a bent knee calf raise would be from this position to raise up versus back here to raise up. Both have some development purposes, but if we look at when we walk, there's a step and we roll over that step to extend. But in that moment of rolling over it, that is the calf raise position that we are developing a more specific portion of the calf known as the soleus and the Achilles connection. So the soleus and calf go through the tendon of the Achilles. We're also probably gonna feel a little bit of the bottom of the foot. So if you're back here doing bent knees, you are getting some benefits, but more specific to running, because we get into this position to push off. If we stay in that position, we are in line with the wall, spine, and it's in line with the hips and knees. And now when we raise up, we're actually still pressing through in a way that's going to develop more specifically and intricately the soleus and Achilles, the portions of our calves that don't get as emphasized in a straight leg calf raise. So hopefully that gives you some tips to continue to master the calf raise skill.